Coming up on 5 Minute News. Judge orders Trump lawyers not to release evidence in documents case. Pride flags vandalized at Stonewall National Monument. And study says Himalayan glaciers could lose 80% of their volume. It's Tuesday, June 20. I'm Anthony Davis. A Florida judge ordered defense lawyers for the disgraced former President Donald Trump not to release evidence in the classified documents case to the media or the public, according to a court filing yesterday. The order from U.S. Magistrate Judge Bruce Reinhart also put strict conditions on Trump's access to the materials. The discovery materials, along with any information derived therefrom, shall not be disclosed to the public or the news media or disseminated on any news or social media platform without prior notice to and consent of the United States or approval of the court, the order filed on Monday said. It also specified that Trump shall not retain copies and that he may only review case materials under the direct supervision of defense counsel or a member of defense counsel's staff. The order granted a motion filed last week by prosecutors who had asked the court to put conditions on how the defense stores and uses the documents. Trump was indicted on federal charges earlier this month, accused of illegally retaining classified government documents after leaving the White House and then conspiring to obstruct a federal probe of the matter. Trump has pleaded not guilty in court to all 37 counts. He attempted to defend his handling of the boxes in an embarrassing interview with Fox News on Monday, saying that he needed to go through the boxes to remove personal items including golf shirts, pants and shoes, but also admitted that he knew he couldn't declassify documents after he was president. Dozens of LGBTQ+ pride flags were damaged and ripped down at the Stonewall National Monument over the weekend, the third such bout of vandalism at the LGBTQ+ landmark during this Pride Month, police said. The latest occurrence happened on Sunday, after others on June 9 and last Thursday. No arrests have been made in any of the incidents, and it's unclear whether they were connected. The New York Police Department's Hate Crimes Task Force is investigating. On Sunday, officers were called around 8 a.m. and found around 33 pride flags broken and tossed to the ground. Park volunteer Stephen Menendez said that in all 68 flags, nearly a quarter of those displayed, were damaged in some way. The Stonewall National Monument, the first U.S. national monument dedicated to LGBTQ+ history, was dedicated in 2016. It encompasses a park across the street from the Stonewall Inn, a bar where patrons fought back against a police raid on June 28, 1969, and helped spark the contemporary LGBTQ+ rights movement. The Stonewall Rebellion is commemorated every year with pride marches in cities across the US and throughout the world. Glaciers are melting at unprecedented rates across the Hindu Kush Himalayan mountain ranges and could lose up to 80% of their current volume this century if greenhouse gas emissions aren't sharply reduced, according to a new report. The report, released Tuesday from Kathmandu-based International Center for Integrated Mountain Development, warned that flash floods and avalanches would grow more likely in coming years, and that the availability of fresh water would be affected for nearly 2 billion people who live downstream of 12 rivers that originate in the mountains. Ice and snow in the Hindu Kush Himalayan ranges is an important source of water for those rivers, which flow through 16 countries in Asia and provide fresh water to 240 million people in the mountains and another 1.65 billion downstream. Various earlier reports have found that the cryosphere, regions on Earth covered by snow and ice, are among the worst affected by climate change. Recent research found that Mount Everest's glaciers, for example, have lost 2,000 years of ice in just the past 30 years. Among the key findings from Tuesday's report are that the Himalayan glaciers disappeared 65% faster since 2010 than in the previous decade, and reducing snow cover due to global warming will result in reduced fresh water for people living downstream. The study found that 200 glacier lakes across these mountains are deemed dangerous, and the region could see a significant spike in glacial lake outburst floods by the end of the century. The study found that communities in the mountain regions are being affected by climate change far more than in many other parts of the world. It says changes to the glaciers, snow and permafrost of the Hindu Kush Himalayan region, driven by global warming, are unprecedented and largely irreversible. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.